Growing up with too much internet access, there were many times I'd be playing a Flash game, my eyes would scan the webpage, then bam, I'd be met with an ad. It'd be advertising either something terrifying, just plain absurd, or occasionally appeared innocuous. It wasn't until I was older when I realized the majority were fake, blatantly dumb, and bizarre. We'll be diving into the origins of some of these infamous clickbait ads. Let's get right into it. Seeing this grotesque thing is a core memory of mine. I was around 8, probably playing like Sarah's Cooking Class or Deal or No Deal, when the image was advertised to me. It depicts an unnerving species laying down while nursing. The creatures are hairless and fleshy, with lots of folds. The text said something along the lines of it being a woman who gave birth to human-dog hybrid babies, and I vaguely recall a reference to bestiality. I was mortified, and although I'm sure I leaned towards it definitely being fake, the idea of human-dog hybrids left me feeling uneasy. The stories attached to the photo seemed to have varied. There was also the, is this image real or fake? 77.7% can't pass the test. And the Israeli scientists are examining trans species between a Labrador retriever and human. Science has gone too far. They're researching human dogs, and 77% of people can't tell if they're real or not. Obviously, this isn't real, but what actually is it? It's a sculpture that was made in 2002 by artists Patricia Piccinini and Sam Jinks, called The Young Family. And you could still go see it today at the Bendigo Art Gallery in Australia. The inspiration for the piece did have to do with genetic engineering, and how animal-human hybrid myths existed long before the progression of science and technology. You know, with centaurs, mermaids, and the like. It was intended to be a creature bred for organ transplants, questioning the ethics of that, and how emotions and ethics don't always line up. She's also the creator of the viral Graham sculpture from 2016, which represented a human who would be able to survive car crashes. Her art has an extremely distinct style, and she's even behind this photo as well, which I remember seeing in the earlier days of the internet. Accept Christ and Get a Free PS2 originates from 2004. I was a year old, so this one was a bit before my time, but I started seeing it on Pinterest last year and loved the absurdity of it. The poor rendition of Jesus next to a PlayStation in all its pixelated glory. There was a YouTube video featuring a different version of the ad.
Accept Christ and get a free PlayStation 2. Click here.
And as far as I could tell, both are from the same source. Landover Baptist Church. No, not a real church. This wasn't a genuine attempt at recruiting children into Christianity by bribing them with PS2s, but was the doings of a satirical website. Founded in 1998 by Chris Harper, it parodies fundamentalist Baptist churches and takes place in the fictional town Freehold, Iowa. In 1989, Chris got expelled from Liberty University because he started a radio show satirizing the religious school, which the university found offensive. So he got his degree at George Mason University instead, and went on to create the site. In January of 2004, people began taking notice of Accept Christ, Get a Free PlayStation 2, which would lead to an article detailing how children and teenagers could secure a PS2 if their parents didn't get them one for Christmas. It said Jesus was upset if your parents didn't get you one, and that he wants nothing more than to give you a PS2 for free. The article gave you just 3 easy steps to follow. Tell Jesus you hate your parents, find a credit card or blank check of theirs, then call the church office, where they'll instruct you on how to get that desired PlayStation 2. Users on a Christianity forum in 2005 found it humorous and enjoyed browsing the website. I also found this relic from 2004. Wired scam I found? Is this for real or what? Basically, kids have to hate their parents, give the church the numbers from the bottom of the checks, and they it a free PlayStation 2? Further down in this thread, someone else was worried they were going to be tracked down and sued for simply visiting it. It is an extremely thorough interactive site. Back in 2004, they additionally advertised bumper stickers, various quizzes, and other merchandise, along with their beliefs and ministries, of course. They eventually changed the offer to a free PlayStation 3, and everything's still up and running today with even more content. This is our only entry that isn't from the 2000s, but I had to include it. The wise mystical tree became a meme in 2022, with it originally being used for mobile game ads. We have to backtrack a few times to trace down the origins. In 2017, people online, mostly on 4chan, began noticing this ad that had a sulky tree with a knight kneeling in front of it. There were some other versions, like where the knight is aiming a bow and arrow at him, and another where the tree appears to be happy, watching the knight sit on a horse. They were by the company Plarium, advertising their mobile games like Stormfall Age of War, Vikings War of Clans, and Throne Kingdom at War. All telling you something along the lines of, if you're over 25 and own a computer, this game is a must-have. At some point, this tree was spotted, and literally, why does he look like that? Of course, this wasn't received as effective marketing in the traditional sense, because everyone just started making fun of the ads. Attention to the ads died out, but in 2022, the wise and mystical tree had a resurgence. But where does this being come from? And is there an original unedited photo? User SimonB26189 on Reddit commented on a post asking about the source, linking a gameplay video of Meridian 59, where the image pops up.
No fucking way.
This led to thinking the tree came from this 1996 game, but alas, it was edited and just a funny reference by the YouTuber. This person is either an insider or extreme detective because they found the image that the company had the face edited onto, and even the original photo of the real tree. The lore gets deeper and a little confusing, because in 2013, Marcus Aurelius on Worth 1000 won a graphic design contest with a tree that looks suspiciously similar to Plarium's sad tree. People have speculated it was an inspiration. There's also an eBay listing for a 5D diamond painting old tree face kit. I honestly do like to see how there's still modern day versions of the ridiculous 2000s clickbait ads. Zwinky was a downloadable game that launched in 2006. I couldn't tell you how many times it was advertised to me when I was a kid. There were slightly misleading ads that implied you could make an identical cartoon replica of yourself, or that it was 100% free, despite there being Z-Bucks and Z-Cards that could be purchased with real-life currency. But boy did I want to click on those ads and play the virtual world game of my dreams with a built-in toolbar. Except my family always told me it was a virus, so I wasn't allowed to. I guess I was an obedient child because I was scared of infecting the computer and never got the game. Now, all these years later, as an autonomous adult, I was determined to find out the truth behind Zwinky. As much as I'd love to risk frying my own computer, It shut down in 2016, so I can't. However, I figured I could still determine if it was malware and more about what it was. Those of you who played it probably already know the answer, but this is like a personal quest, since for some reason it stayed in the back of my mind forever. I came across YouTuber Helen VHS, who has an entire in-depth video on it.
It honestly looked like scam ads that you would see on every webpage that you ever came across. I'm not sure how any of these ads worked, but it did.
And it was very helpful, so shout out to her. Zwinky was owned by Interactive Corp, or IAC, which owns so many other businesses. It worked like most virtual world games. You'd create an avatar, explore and interact with the other players, and it had minigames. The toolbar application you were required to download was the problematic part. Along with Zwinky, it would automatically add Smiley Central, Cursor Mania, popular screensavers, and the My Web Search toolbar. It'd also instruct you to bypass the security warning after clicking install. Smiley Central gave you access to thousands of emoticons, and is another early internet classic.
Get them all for free at SmileyCentral.com.
But was known for its sketchy malware. Cursor Mania, also known for its viruses. And same goes for the My Web Search toolbar. In 2010, a Zwinky player made a very serious video about how My Web Search was malware. The description is, Zwinky got's a virus. It appears the toolbar even came with a weather forecast, but checking the weather probably isn't worth ruining your computer. As this 14-year-old Reddit comment says, you just need to ask yourself, is this Zwinky cartoon going to give me mass amounts of spyware? Making this video had me watching an allegedly safe Zwinky tutorial from 2010, set to Take It Off by Kesha. But I'm honestly still glad my family told me not to download it. I remember frequently seeing ads with tiny photoshopped cats. One of the most popular ones was this, which is not the world's smallest cat, but was part of a Photoshop contest. The reason I'm including this tiny cat segment is because I vividly remember this one. And I have not, for the life of me, been able to find where it originates from. I've been low-key obsessed with it, so someone help me find this cat. Tinai says the oldest instance is this woman's Stumble Upon profile, but what's archived of her posts are definitely just images she found around the internet. I couldn't find an archive for March 7th, 2008. I just want to know where it came from. Same with the wee cat. I literally am still trying to find it. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's fun and comforting to take a trip down memory lane and debunk or figure out all these weird things from the earlier days of the internet. Let me know some of your core memories of strange ads, and thank you.